Hello students, today I am going to do model paper for paper 2. So this is G.C.E O-level examination, mathematics 2 paper. So you get 3 hours. This one you get 2 parts, part A and part B. Both parts you get 6 questions each and you have to do only 5 questions from each part. And here spaces are not provided, so you have to ask for line papers, and for graph question you have to ask for a graph paper. So each question worth 10 marks and you can spend maximum 18 minutes per question. So in the first side you get question 1 and 2, then 3 and 4, and finally you get 5 and 6. That's part A. Part B you get question number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So make sure that you read the questions carefully first and select 5 questions from each part. So let's do this paper 2. Question number 1 in paper 2. This is about percentages. So you have to find out the invested amount, interest rates are given. So we'll do separately. Amila bought shares of market price 24 rupees by investing 40% of 300,000 rupees in a company. The company gives 8 rupees per share as dividend. The remaining amount he invested in a fixed deposit in a bank. What is the amount he invested in the company? So it says 40% of 300,000 invested in a company. So we can straight away find out 40% means 40 over 100 into 300,000 rupees. So 2 zeros get cancelled out and you get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. And 4 times 3, 12. So what's the value? 120,000 rupees. How many shares he bought? So what is the market price of a share? 24 rupees. So if you can divide by 24 and find out number of shares. Number of shares is equal to 120,000 divided by 24. 12 times 10,000, 12 times 2. So you get 5,000 shares. So how many marks for these 2 steps? So we'll look at the marking scheme and see. So you get 2 marks for 120,000 rupees. And number of shares 5,000, 2 marks. So let's do the next one. How much he earned from annual dividends? So each share 8 rupees given. So 5,000 shares are there. So annual dividend is equal to 8 rupees per share into 5,000 shares are there. So you get 40,000 rupees. What is the amount he invested in the bank? So we have to read it again. The company gives 8 rupees per share as dividend. The remaining amount he invested in a fixed deposit in a bank. So remaining amount means 60%. 40% bought shares from the company for 40% and 60% out of that is the invested in a fixed deposit. So 60% of 300,000 rupees. So 2 zeros and here you get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros and 6 times 3, 80. 180,000 rupees. if the compound interest is 10% annually, what will be the total amount in the account after 2 years? So if you put 100 rupees, if it's 10%, you get 110. So 2 years you have to find out. So how you find out the total amount? $180,000 invested. First year 110 over 100. Again for the second year 110 over 100. So this is the easiest way to find out the total amount. Otherwise you have to find out the interest after first year. And then you have to add it to 180,000 to find out the amount for the second year. But if you do this way, you can easily find out the total amount. 2 zeros and 2 zeros. 1, 2. 11 times 11, 121. So 18 into 121. 121 into 18, 10 and 8. 8 times 1, 8, 16. 8 times 1, 8 plus 1, 9. So you get 2178, 0, 0. 217,800 rupees. So let's see how many marks for these 3 steps. So you get 40,000, that's 2 marks. And 180,000 rupees, you get 2 marks here. And 217,800, 2 marks. So altogether we gave 10 marks for that question. Question number 2, this is about quadratic graphs. So you have to draw the graph and find these solutions. Take the range of x as -4 to 2. Construct a table to draw the function y equals x squared plus 2x minus 5. So here nothing given. So we have to construct the table. So we'll take x -4, starting from -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And then we need x squared. We'll square it. And then we need 2x and -5. So -5 for all. And then when you add these 3, you get the y value. So let's do that. Now if x equals -4, square all the values. All becomes positive. 4 times 4, 16. 9, 4, 1, 0 times 0, 0, 1, 4. Then 2x, 2 times x. 2 times -4, -8. 2 times -3, -6. -4, -2. 0, plus 2, plus 4. Now add it. 16 minus 8 is 8. 8 minus 5, 3. 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 minus 5, -2. 4 minus 4, 0. 0 minus 5, -5. 1 minus 2, that's -1. -1 and -5, -6. You get -5 here. 3 minus 5, -2. And then 8 minus 5, 3. So now we have the table. So we have to draw the graph. So how many marks for this table? You are getting 2 marks for that. So all the values are correct. Let's do the next one. You are asked to take 10 small divisions as 1 unit on both x and y axis. Draw the function. So starting from -4. So we have to divide. -4, -3, -2, -1, 0. So we can draw the line here, y-axis, and then what's the maximum y value? That's 3. So we can start here 3. 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. Then the y-axis is here. That's x. So we'll mark it 1, 2, 3. -1, -2, -3, -4. Now we'll mark the points. -4, 3. -4, 3 here. -3, -2. -2, -5. -1, -6. 0, -5. 1, -2, 2, 3. Now we have to connect the points. So we'll take the ruler. Only for edges I can use the ruler, but not for the curve part. Only here I can use the ruler to connect these 2 points. That's all. Then you have to smoothly connect the points. So here, this is the vertex. So we'll smoothly connect here and smoothly connect this way. So this is the quadratic graph. We'll do the questions. Using the above graph, write down the equation of axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry always passes through the vertex. So this is the axis of symmetry, x equals -1. What are the values of x satisfying the inequality? So we'll do that. Now here, what's the y value here? X squared plus 2x minus 5. So we'll take x squared plus 2x minus 3. We'll take it to the other side. Greater than -1 minus 3 plus 3. But we need x squared plus 2x minus 5. So we'll subtract 5 from both sides. Because we want the curve to find out the solutions for this equation. So here when you subtract 5 from both sides, what you get? This is the y value here. Greater than -1 plus 3 is 2. 2 minus 5 minus 3. Y is greater than -3. So we'll draw the broken line for y equals -3. That's this one. 3 is not equal. -3 is not equal. So greater means above. Where you get. So we have to read this value and this value. So the curve from here this way and here this way. So how can you write down the values? This is like -2.7. -2.7. So x, so greater means this way. So this side is the required region. So we can write x is less than minus 2.7, or here from here this way. So this value is 0.7. So x greater than, this way it's 0.7. So what are the solutions? Either x less than minus 2.7 or x greater than 0.7. So let's give marks for that. So you are getting 3 marks for the graph. You already know 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points, and 1 mark for the curve. And here remember, it's better to write down the scale. Now this way, 10 squares 1 unit means 1 over 10. That's 0.1 is this way, and here also 0.1, because we took 10 squares 1 unit. So 3 marks for that. And for the inequality and x equals minus 1, you are getting 1 mark there. And part 2, y greater than minus 3, x is less than minus 2.7, and this you get another 2 marks. So we have another 1 more part. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8 already given. Find the roots of the quadratic equation 2x squared plus 4x minus 7 is equal to 0 using the above graph. So what's the equation of this graph? So that's x squared plus 2x minus 5. X squared, I'll take x squared plus 2x minus 5 is the y value. That's the equation. Now here it's 2x squared. So we have to multiply. So this is given 2x. So 0 equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 7. Now we need to multiply the first equation by 2, because to subtract this should be equal, same x squared term. So multiply by 2. 2y equals 2x squared. 2 times 2, 4x. 2 times 5, 10. Now we can subtract 2 and 3. So 3 minus 2, what you get? Because we have to use the graph. So in terms of y, we have to find out where we need to find out the x values. So 2y minus 0, you get 2y. 2x squared get cancelled out. 4x also get cancelled out. Minus 10 minus 7. So you get minus 3. Minus 10 plus 7. 2y. So y becomes, divide by 2, minus 1.5. So that means we have to draw the y equals minus 1.5 line. Minus 1.5. That's this line, minus 1.5. And you have to find out the solutions. Now, when y equals minus 1.5, what are the solutions of this one? You get, so slightly to this side. So minus 3.1, and this one you get 1.2, 1.2 and minus 3.1. So x becomes minus 3.1 or 1.2. So here, this one, this value. So 3 point, and here 1.2. So those are the solutions for this equation using the graph. So here I'll mark this one is y equals minus 1.5. Earlier this is y equals minus 3. So how many marks for this step? So the third part, so you get 2 marks for that. Finding the equation and using that you can find out the solutions. So 2 marks. So we gave 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 3, this is about area. Find the area of the square in terms of x. So one side is x plus 2. So the area of the square is equal to x plus 2 into x plus 2. That means using FOIL, you can find out all the terms. X squared plus 2x plus 2x. 2 times 2, 4. When you simplify, you get x squared plus 4x plus 4. Then find the area of the rectangle in terms of x. What's the area of the rectangle? Length is 3x, width is x plus 2. So the area becomes x plus 2 into 3x. So expand brackets. 3x squared plus 3 into 2, 6x. So what are the units? Units are not given. So I'll write unit squared. So how many marks for that? 2 marks for this. 2 marks for this step. Part 3. If area of rectangle is twice as area of square, show that x satisfy the equation. So area of the rectangle, that's 3x squared plus 6x is equal to twice the area of square. So 2 times that. So 2 times x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now we'll multiply first. 2 times x squared, 2x squared, 8x and 8. Now take all terms to one side. 3x squared minus 2x squared, you get x squared. 6x minus 8x minus 2x. And when you take minus plus 8 to this side, that becomes minus 8. So you get the equation. Solve the quadratic equation and find the length of a side of the square. Can we factorize? So you have to first check whether you can factorize. 4 times 2. So we can factorize. So what are the factors of minus 8? To get minus 2. 4 and 2. The middle term is negative, so minus 4 and plus 2. So you can split it and find out the answer. So, but I'll do the short way of doing that. So what are the factors? X squared means x and x. What are the factors? Minus 4 and plus 2. The product is equal to 0. The product is 0 means x minus 4 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 equals 0. X becomes 4 or x becomes minus 2. Can we get a negative answer for x? So length cannot be negative. So we have to ignore the negative value. Cannot be negative. So that means x equals 4. So we have to find out the length of the side of the square. So length is x plus 2. 4 plus 2, that means 6 units. So let's see how many marks. Showing the equation, you get 2 marks. And factorize. and get x equals 4 and minus 2, 2 marks. And the final one side of the square, you get 6 units. So that's also you get 2 marks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 marks for that question as well. Let's take question number 4. So question number 4, it's about finding length. Angle is given. So we'll do separately. There are 5 parts. Following figure shows a metal frame to lift a certain object. PQR pole is vertical and QTS pole is horizontal. Find the length of PQ. So you need to find out this length. How can we find out PQ length? See this triangle, this is 2, this is 6. So easily you can find out the PQ length using Pythagoras Theorem because this is 90 degrees. So how can you find out PQ squared is equal to 6 is the hypotenuse, 6 squared minus 2 squared. 6 squared is 36, 2 squared is 4. You get 32. So how can you write 32 as a square number? We can write 16 times 2. So when you take square root, we get PQ is square root of 16 and 2. You can take separately. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 2. We know square root of 2 we can take as 1.4. 4 times 1.4. You get 5.6 meters as the PQ length. Find the length of QS. You need to find out this length. This is given 30. This is 90. So what is this angle? This is 60 degrees. 90 minus 30. How can we find out QS? To this angle, this is opposite and the adjacent is 5. So we can use trig ratios. What's the appropriate one? Appropriate one is tan 60. What happens if you take 30? If you take tan 30, 5 over QS, then you have to use logarithmic tables to find out the answer. If you find out this angle and using that way, you don't need to refer logarithmic tables. So let's take tan 60 now. Tan 60 is equal to QS over 5. So QS is tan 60 value into 5. Now refer tangent tables and see what's the tan 60 value. Tan 60, you get 1.732. 1.732 multiplied by 5. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3, 15 plus 1, 16. 5 times 7, 35 plus 1, 36. 3 remaining. 5 times 1, 5 plus 3, 8. So 8.66. So this is in meters. How many marks? Question number 4, 5.6. You get 2 marks. And the second one, 8.66. You get 2 marks. So let's do the next one. Find the value of PTQ. PT. PQ, this angle. How can we find out that angle? So we can use the ratio here. So 2 is there and we'll take this side. PQ we found 5.6. 5.6 is PQ. We'll take that 5.6 and here to this angle, opposite is 5.6. Adjacent is 2. So I can write tan T, tan P, PTQ is equal to 5.6 over 2. So when you divide by 2, what you get? 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 8, 16. 2.8. So now we have to refer tangent table. That's inverse. So PTQ is equal to tan inverse of 2.8. Inverse value. So where you get 2.8. You have to refer the table. Where you get 2.8. So these are just 1 point. 2.8. So look at here. This one. So you need another 2 to find, to get 2.8. That means we can add 1. 70, 21. 70, 21. 70, 21. That means 70 degrees and 21 minutes. Find the length of TS. This length. We found before QS. What's the value for QS? 8.66. So we can find TS as 8.66 minus 2. Subtract this length. 6.66 meters. Find the value of QPT. QPT. So this one. We know this is 90. We found this angle. So 90 minus that. But here minutes are there. So without subtracting 90, we can write 89:60. 89 degrees and 60 minutes. 70:21. We'll subtract these two. 9 and here 3. 39 minutes. And here you get 19 degrees. So what's QPT angle is 19 degrees 39 minutes. So how many marks? So we can give 2 marks for this and 6.66 meters, 2 marks, and subtracting and write down 19 degrees and 39 minutes, that's also 2 marks. So 6 and 4, 10 marks for that question. Let's do question number 5. That's about statistics and you have to find the modal class, mid values. So let's do separately. So weight of bags of passenger in a particular plane is given below. So what are these values? Class limits or class boundaries? Can you see? There's a difference between the values. So that means class limits are given. What's the total number of bags being in the plane? So just add the frequencies. 10 plus 20, 30. 30 and 30, 60. 80, 80 and 20, 100. 100 bags are there. What is the modal class? One which has the highest frequency. So when you take the frequency 30, 30 is the highest. So modal class is 15 to 19. So how many marks for this one? Just 1 mark each. Take assumed mean as the mid value of the model class and find the mean weight of bags. So intervals, so what are the values here? 5 to 9. Weights. Five to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34. Then 10, 20, 30, 20. And 13 and 7. That's the frequency. So the total is 100. Now we have to find out the mid values. That's X. Then we can find the deviation and then FD. Mid values, how you do? Add and divide by 2. 5 plus 9, 14. Divide by 2, 7. That means we are adding 2 to the lower limit. 12, 17, 22, 27, 32. So we can write total here. Now deviation, assumed mean as the mid value of the model class. So we found out the model class is this. So assumed mean is 17. Now subtract, so you get 0 here. So the difference is 5. So here you get minus 5 and minus 10. Here positive 5, 10 and 15. Now multiply 10 times minus 10 minus 100. This one is also minus 100. 0. 20 times 5 plus 100. 130 here. 15 times 7. 105. Now add the positive values. You get 5, 3, 3. Negative values, that's 200. Subtract 200, you get 135. Now you can find out the mean value. So what is mean? Assumed mean plus sigma FD over sigma F. Total frequency. We know the assumed mean is 17 and sigma FD. Total FD 135 divide by 100. So that means 17 plus divide by 100 means move the decimal point 2 places to the left, 1.35. So you get 18.35 is the mean weight. So this is in kilograms. So what's the value here? It's not mentioned to round the value. So you can keep 2 decimal places. So let's see. So you are getting 5 marks for that. So 1 mark for finding mid values. 1 mark for finding deviations. And here sigma FD, 1 mark. And then substitution 1 mark and the final answer 1 mark. So 5 here. We gave 2 marks before. So 7 we have already given. So the last part, show the information on a histogram. So the class limits are given. So you have to find out the boundaries. So how you find out the boundaries? We have to add and divide by 2. 9 plus 10 divided by 2, 9.5. So what are the boundaries? Let's write down the boundaries. 9.5, 14.5. Here the lower boundary becomes 9.5 here. Here what's the lower boundary? 5 minus 0.5. So 4.5. Here you get 15. So 14.52. 19.5. 19.52. 24.5. 24.52. 29.5. 29.52. 34.5. Those are the boundaries, because for a histogram especially you have to take the boundaries. Now we can draw the histogram. So here, number of bags here. And this way, weight in kilograms. Now check whether the widths are the same. So difference is the same. So equal widths, you can straight away mark the number of bags there. So what's the value? So highest is 30. We'll take 10, 20, 30. And starting from, you don't need to start from 0. So we can put a tick and start from 4.5. 4.5. 9.5. Gap is the same, so you don't have to worry about the value. So you can take 2 squares for the gap. 14.5, 19.5, 24.5, 29.5 and 34.5. Now we can draw the bars. 4.5 to 9.5, that's 10. The next one, 20. 15 to 9. The other one, 14.5 to 19.5, that's 30. The next one, 20. 13. So 13 is roughly this much. And 7. 7 we can take this much. So this is the histogram. So you get 3 marks for the histogram. So we gave 10 marks for the whole thing. Question number 6. Logarithms are there. First part you have to use laws of logarithms, and the second part logarithmic tables. If x squared plus y squared is 23xy, show that log x plus y over 5 is half log x plus log y. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 23xy. So here we'll take this part first. It's easy to take x plus y over 5. Square both sides. Square that. X plus y squared is x squared plus double of this 2xy plus last term squared over 5 squared is 25. Now we can plug. Instead of x squared plus y squared, you can plug 23xy. I can write these two becomes 23xy and 2xy over 25. 23 plus 2, 25. So 25 over 25, 1. So you get xy. So when you simplify, you get xy. So that's equal to this. So what can you say? It's clearly see. Now take log both sides. Log of x plus y over 5 squared is equal to log of xy. So, for laws of logarithms, when there's a power, you can take it out from the log notation. 2 log x plus y over 5 is equal to product. How can you write product? Addition of logarithms, log x plus log y. Now, when you divide by 2, you get that equation. Log x plus y over 5 is half of that. So, log x plus y over 5 is equal to half log x plus log y. So that's what we need. How many marks for that one? So you are getting 3 marks for that. So 3 marks for all these steps. So that means you are getting more marks for referring log tables. Using logarithmic tables, find the value of this. So we can take this one as r. Then what you do? I can write square root as power half. Now take log both sides. Log r is equal to, multiplication becomes addition, log of 24.75 plus half log 0.8896. Then subtract, here double of that logarithm, because power you can take it outside, log 1.73. So you need to know laws of logarithms to apply this. Now you can refer the tables. Before that, we'll write down the first coefficient here. So 24 means 1 point something you are getting, because you have to think about scientific notation. Half 0.8 means bar 1. 2 times log 1 point something means 0 point. Now we'll refer the table and get these values. 24.75. 24.7 and 5 is 9. Add 9. 39.36. So this value 39.36. 88.96. 88.96. 6 is adding 3. 94.91. Then 17.3. 17.3. 23.80. Now we have to divide by 2 first. Now here, can you divide this straight away? No. So you can add bar 1. In order to get no difference, you can write 1 point. Now you can divide separately. Bar 1 and bar 1, bar 2. Bar 2 divide by 2, you can divide. So that's how you can divide. So we'll do that. Bar 2 divide by 2, bar 1. Now divide 1.9491 divide by 2. 2 times 9, 18. For 14, that's 7. 2 times 4, 8. And for 11, that's 5. And for 10, another 5. So you don't need to write down 5 decimals. So you can round it and write 6 here. Multiply by 2 here. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 8, 16. And 7, 4. Now we'll see. We'll add all together. These two will add. We'll do it here. 1.3936 bar 1.9746. Add it. 6 and 6, 12. 1 remaining. That's 8. 9 plus 7, 16. 10 plus 3, 13. 1 remaining. So you get 1 and bar 1 get cancelled out. You get 1. Now we have to subtract 4760 from that. 2, 2, 9 plus 7, 16, 1 remaining, that's 5, 8 here. 0.8922. So to find out the value, you have to take antilog value of 0.8922. Now refer the table, antilog value 8922. 89. 2, 1 is there. 2, 2 means another 1. 78, 1. 0, 1. 78, 0, 1. So R is 0 point means 7.801. So you get 7 marks for this. So let's see. You get 1 mark for taking logarithms. 1 mark for this value, 1 mark here, 1 mark. So referring to the table. And here 1 mark here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and taking antilog, that's 7 marks altogether. Question number 7. This is about arithmetic progression. Find the sum of 7 terms of the arithmetic progression. So we know the first term and the common difference. How can we find out? Take any term, subtract the previous one. So common difference is 3. So we can find out the sum. Sum of 7 terms, S7. What's the formula? N over 2, that's 7 over 2. 2a. A means the first term, 6, plus n minus 1. 7 minus 1 is 6 into d. D is 3. So straight away you can find out by using the formula. 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 3, 18. So 7 over 2 times 18 plus 12, 30. So 2 times 15 is 30. So 7 times 15. 7 times 5, 35. 7 times 1, 7 plus 3, 10. So 105 is the sum of 7 terms. Find the sum of first nth terms of the arithmetic progression. 5, 10, 15, 20. Nth term. Nth term of the arithmetic progression. First term is 5. What's the difference? Any term minus the previous, that's 5. So you can find out the nth term, sum of first n terms. So Sn equals n over 2, 2a, 2 times 5 plus n minus 1 d. d is 5. n over 2, 5 times 2, 10. Here you can multiply these two, 5n minus 5. So you can write down n over 2, 10 minus 5 is 5, 5 plus 5 n. If you want, you can take 5 out and write 5n 1 plus n over 2. So that's the sum of first n terms of this arithmetic progression. So how many marks for that? 2 marks for this sum. 2 marks for that. Part C, the sum of 7 terms. 7 terms in part A is equal to sum of the first n terms in part B. Find the value of n. So those two are equal. So you can equate 105 is equal to n over 2, 5n over 2, 1 plus n. 5n over 2, 1 plus n. Multiply both sides by 2. You get 210 is equal to 5n 1 plus n. Divide both sides by 5 now. (42) equals n in n plus n into n squared. Now take all terms to one side. N squared plus n minus 42 is equal to 0. Try to factorize and find out n. What are the factors of minus 42? The difference is plus 1. 7 and 6. Middle term is plus, that means plus 7 and negative 6. So you can split this. N and n plus 7 and minus 6. I can do that because the coefficient is 1. Straight away I can write down the factors like that. So the product is 0. That means n plus 7 is 0 or n minus 6 equals 0. So n becomes minus 7 or n equals 6. Can you get n negative answer? You can't take. Not possible. This is term number. Only positive answers. So n becomes 6. So how many marks for that? 4 marks to find out the n value 6. So 4 marks for this term. Part D. There are 31 terms in an arithmetic progression. The middle term is k. If there are 31 terms, how do you find out the middle one? 31 plus 2 divided by 2. So 32 divided by 2, 16th. 16th term is the middle term. That's k. So you get 31st term, and here first term. We don't know, but we know the 16th term is k. So 31 terms in an arithmetic progression, the middle term is k. Show that the sum of first 31 terms is 31k. So 16th term. So we will put the first term as a. Now we need to show that the sum of first 31 terms. So S31 we need. S31. How you write S31? 31 over 2. First term. So what's the formula? We don't know the last term. So we can write down 2a plus n minus 1. So here 31 minus 1 is 30. and the difference we don't know. But we know one thing. We know 16th term is k. So we can write another equation for that. 16th term, T16 is a plus 16 minus 1, 15, d is equal to k. Now we have two equations. So this is one equation and we need to plug somehow this one here. So we'll take the second equation and try to simplify. S31. So we are taking the second one. S31, 31 over 2. 2a is there. 2a and 30d. Now see, when you multiply the first one by 2, what you get? 2a and 30d. So that means 2k. So instead of that, we can write 2k. Now try to simplify. 31 over 2 into 2k. 2 get cancelled out. So what's the sum? 31k. So that's what we need. Show that the sum of first 31 terms is 31k. So that's what we got. So let's give marks. You are getting 2 marks for showing that. So we gave 2, 4, 6 and 4, 10 marks for that question. Let's do question number 8. So this is about constructions. So you need to use the ruler and the compass. Using centimeter, millimeter scale, straight edge and compass to do the following constructions. So you have to draw BC 8.6, perpendicular height from A to BC is 5.2, the height from A to midpoint of BC is 7.2 and construct ABC triangle. So shall we sketch here and see? BC so we get BC 8.6 and then perpendicular height from A to BC is 5.2. So we'll take any point here A. Perpendicular height is given 5.2. Then the height from A to midpoint of P, that's midpoint of BC. So that means if we take, this is the midpoint of P, this height is 7.2, not the perpendicular height. That's 7.2 and you're asked to construct the ABC triangle. So first let's draw a line. That's this line. So we have to measure 8.6. So take the compass and the ruler and measure 8.6 centimeters because first thing we have to measure 8.6 and mark B and C. So you take 8.6 and mark the 2 points B and C. So that's the first step. B, C, 8.6. Midpoint is P. So shall we mark the midpoint? So midpoint means 8.6 divided by 2. What's the value? 4.3. So we need to mark P point as well, 4.3. From B or C point, you can mark the P point. So that's P. That's the first thing you can do. And now perpendicular height from A. Perpendicular height is 5.2 and 7.2 is the distance from P to A. So how can we do that? We can first draw a parallel line there. It's easy if you can draw a parallel line to BC here, because if this is 90, if we can draw a perpendicular line from B, then you know this perpendicular height is the same for each and every point, and we can mark the 5.2 from B point as well. So that's the distance between two parallel lines. So shall we do that one first? So you take the compass and take any distance, and we are trying to draw the perpendicular to B. So take any distance here. You can mark an arc here, and we can draw the perpendicular line here, and now we can measure 5.2 is the perpendicular height. So 5.2 distance from B. So that's this one. So we have to draw a line, parallel line to this. So we'll use the property of parallelogram. So from C also we'll take the same distance. Now we can connect this point and this point, touches that line. So that's the parallel line. Now we have parallel line. The height is okay. So the height is 5.2 centimeters. Now from P, that's 7.2. Now what we can do, we can measure 7.2 centimeters and then find the point A. 7.2. 7.2 distance from P. So you have to mark the arc so that it intersects this line, parallel line to that. So 2 points you get. Here and here. We'll take 1 point. We'll take to this side. So here, this point is A. So I'll take this point A and complete the ABC triangle. This is A, this is C. Perpendicular height is 5.2 and this length is 7.2. So you can mark A point here as well. Then you get a triangle like this. So any side is okay. Now find the area of ABC triangle. How you find the area? So we know this is an obtuse angle triangle, but we need the base and the perpendicular height. Base is 8.6 and perpendicular height is 5.2. So what's the area? can easily find the area. So I can write here, area becomes half times base is 8.6 into perpendicular height 5.2. 2 times here, 4.3 times 5.2. So I'll do 52 into 43 and put the decimal points later. 3 times 2, 6, 3 times 5, 15. And then put 2 decimal places, 22.36 square centimeters is the area of ABC triangle. So how many marks for these 2 steps? You are getting 5 marks for drawing this, constructing this diagram. We can give 1 mark for BC length and BA 1 mark. Drawing the perpendicular height 1 mark and marking 5.2 1 mark. And then what's it? Connecting ABC triangle 1 mark. So that's 5 marks for the diagram. And for the area 22.36, just 1 mark. So let's do the next part. Construct the circle with radius 3.6 centimeters and touches BC at P at this point, and label the center as O. So touches this one and radius is 3.6. How you draw the circle? So touches at this point means you have to draw the perpendicular at P. So we have to draw a perpendicular line to P. So here we'll take the compass and the ruler. We draw a perpendicular to P. So here take any distance. Draw 2 arcs here. And you can draw the perpendicular at P. Arc here, arc here. So draw the perpendicular. This is the perpendicular. Now the center should be on this line and it's 3.6 centimeters. 3.6. So you need the ruler and the compass. We'll measure 3.6. And we'll mark the point. From here 3.6. So here this becomes the center. So that's O. This one, here this is the O. Now we can draw the circle. From here to here to here, but we need to take it properly. So this distance is the radius. I'll take a different color to draw the circle. And we can draw the circle that touches the BC line at P, and the radius is 3.6 centimeters. Construct the BQ tangent. BQ tangent touches at B to the circle. BQ. So touches at, not B, Q to the circle. This should be Q. because B is an outside point to the circle. This should be Q. Q to the circle. Tangent touches at Q to the circle. So here look at this one. This is the radius of the circle. That's perpendicular to this one, and this is a tangent. BP is a tangent. So what we can do, these are equal lengths. When you draw two tangents from one point outside, so you see that tangents are equal. We can use that property. So we'll take this length. BP length should be same as BQ. So we can mark the Q point here. So this is Q point, and we can connect B and Q. So that's the BQ tangent touches at Q. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 1 mark for constructing this perpendicular and 1 mark for marking the center and 1 mark for constructing the circle, and then constructing the BQ tangent, that's 1 mark. So 4 marks for that one. So we gave 4 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. That's 9 plus 1, 10 marks for the whole question. Let's do question number 9. This is about circle theorems. Write down the theorem related to semicircle. What you know about semicircle angles? Always right angle. Angles in semicircle is 90 degrees. Any angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. Exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral created by extending one side is 80. What is the value of opposite interior angle? What do you know about cyclic quadrilateral? If you take any cyclic quadrilateral and if you extend one length, the exterior angle is always equal to the opposite interior angle. So they are asking about that. Exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral created by extending one side is 80. If this is 80, so what is the value of opposite interior angle? That's also 80 degrees using the theorem. So how many marks for these two? 1 each. Point PQRST are on circle with center O. Extended lines PT and RS meet at M. QT is parallel to RS. These two lines are parallel. TSM is 70. So this is 70. TMS is 35. Find the values of the below angles. Now we need to find PQT. PQT, this angle. So this is the diameter and we know this is 90 degrees. Semicircle angles are 90 degrees. If we can find out this angle, easily you can find out this. What about this one? Can you see these two lines are parallel? If this is 35, this is 35 because of corresponding angles. Now we can easily write down this one is 90 minus 35. That's 55. So we can write down the reason. Semicircle angle is 90 degrees. So write down here semicircle angle is 90 degrees. QRP. QRP, this angle. How can we find out that angle? Can you see? To this PQ arc, this angle and this angle both are in the same segment. So you can see, you can easily write down this is 35. Same segment angles. TPR. TPR, this angle. How can we write down that? Look at carefully. So PTSR, cyclic quadrilateral, this is the exterior angle. So we know that exterior angle is the same as the opposite interior angle. So this is 70. That means this is also 70. So I'll write here TPR. That's 70 exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. Then TQR. 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 This angle. We will mark it with a different color. TQR. I need this angle now. So we need to find out this angle. Look at carefully. We need this angle. So this is also cyclic quadrilateral, RSTQ. So this is the opposite interior angle and to this exterior angle. So you can straight away write down this is equal to 70 degrees again. So this is 70 again. Can you see? To RT arc, this angle and this angle both are same segment angles. So we found out this angle is 70 before. So this is also 70. So same segment angles or exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. So we can write same segment angles, or you can write exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. Then QPR. QPR is this one. So we know that the full angle is 90. This is 70. So 90 minus 70. That's 20 degrees. So we'll see how many marks altogether. So you get 5 parts there. We gave 2 marks before. So 55, 1 mark. 35, 1 mark. And 70 degrees, 1 mark. 70 here, 1 mark. And 20, 1 mark. And for the picture, you are getting 3 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we gave 2, 7 and 3 marks for marking all these angles. So altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 10. So you have to prove that. And here you have to find out the angles there. So let's do separately. A to B is 2 to 3. B to C is 6 to 5. Find the values of A, B, C. So we know A to B is 2 to 3. B to C, that's 6 to 5. So first we'll find out what's the common ratio for A to B to C. So this means 3 and 6 we can take 6. 5. Here you have to multiply by 2. So this becomes 4. So A to B to C ratio is 4 to 6 to 5. So we'll take the angle is 4x, 6x and 5x. So the sum of all 3 angles add up to 180. So you can write 4x plus 6x plus 5x is 180. So 10, 15. So 15x equals 180. So what is x? Divide by 15. 15 times 1, 15. For 30, that's 2. So 12 degrees is x. Now we need to find out ABC. So what is A? 4x. 4 times 12. 48 degrees. What's the B value? 6 times 12. 72. What's C? 5 times 12. That's 60 degrees. So these are the angles for A, B and C. So how many marks for that? 4 marks for this part. So let's do the next one. PQ, PR, QS. All three sides are equal. Write the value of B in terms of A. If this is A, this is also A. Isosceles triangle. What else we can see? These two lengths also equal in the bigger triangle. We can easily find out this angle is B minus A. Why? This is the exterior angle and this is the opposite interior angle. When you add these two, you need to get A. So A minus B is the other one, not B minus A. Exterior angle is A. A minus B is this angle. If this is A minus B, this is also A minus B. Because PQ and PR both are equal. Now we can use the sum of angles in a triangle is 180. So we can write A minus B plus A plus B plus A minus B, that's equal to 180. Sum of angles in a triangle. Now see, what are the terms get cancelled out? Here B get cancelled out. 1, 2, 3. 3A minus B equals 180. So that means we need B in terms of A. So take B to the other side. B becomes 3A minus 180. So easily we can get the B value in terms of A. So how many marks for that? You get 3 marks for that. Part C, interior angles of a hexagon. Hexagon means 6-sided polygon. 5A, 2A plus 10, 3A, 4A plus 20 and 4A, 5A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Find the value of A. What's the sum of interior angles of any n-sided polygon? What's the formula? N minus 2 into 180. Now hexagon n is 6. So we can substitute 6 there. So 6 minus 2 into 180. So 4 times 180. 720 is the sum of angles in a hexagon, interior angles. So that's equal to the sum of all the angles given. 5A, 2A plus 10, 3A, 4A plus 20 and 4A and 5A. So we can add it. 5 plus 2, 7, 10, 14, 18 and 23A. 23A plus 10 and 20, 30. That's equal to 720. So what is 23A? 720 minus 30. You get 690 is 23A. So what's A? You have to divide by 23. 690 divided by 23, you get 30 degrees. So A is 30. But the question asks, find the value of A. That's the first part. So what's the second part? Find the value of the largest angle. Which one is the largest? What do you think? You have to substitute and see. If you put A equals 30 here, 120 plus 20, 140. But 5 times 30 is 150. So the largest angle is 5A. So we can write part 2, largest angle. Five A, 5 times 30, that's 150 degrees. So how many marks for each step? So according to this one, you are getting 2 marks for finding A and 150 just 1 mark. So we gave earlier 7 and these 3 marks, 10 marks for that question. Question number 11. So you have to find out the volume and find out the ratio between areas. So we'll do separately. 27 spheres with radius R1 and surface area A1 were melted and created one sphere with radius R2 and surface area A2 without any wastage. Write down the volume of 27 spheres in terms of R1 and pi. So 27 spheres with radius R1. So what's the volume? Volume is equal to 27 times, because there are 27 spheres. One sphere is 4/3 pi R1 cube. So simplify, you get 9 times 4, 36 pi R1 cube. Write down the volume of big sphere in terms of R2 and pi. So the created one, the radius is R2. So what's the volume there? 4/3 pi R2 cube. So only one sphere is there. So how many marks? So you are getting 2 marks here. 2 marks for this step. Find the relationship between R1, R2 and pi. We know that the volume of 27 spheres, small ones, is equal to the volume of the big one. So we can equate 4/3 pi R2 cube is same as we got 36 pi R1 cube. Those are equal. So pi get cancelled out. Divide by 4. 4 times 1, 4 times 9. And then you can say R2 cube is equal to 3 times 9. 27 R1 cube. Here, what is 27 as a power of 3? 3 to the power 3. Now, can you see all? You have power 3. So, when you take cube root, you can find R2 is equal to 3R1. So, that's the relationship between R1 and R2. So, you don't need pi. Pi get cancelled out. What's the fourth part? Find the ratio A1 to A2. Ratio means the areas, the surface area, the curved surface area. So what's A1? 4 pi R1 squared is A1. What's A2? 4 pi R2 squared. This is second equation. Now we need to find out the ratio between A1 and A2. So we'll divide A1 and A2. So 4 pi get cancelled out. You get R1 squared over R2 squared. But we found out the relationship. R2 equals 3R1. So when you square it, what happens? R2 squared is equal to, square this one, 9R1 squared. So I can write instead of R2, 9R1 squared here. This is R1 squared. R1 squared get cancelled out. So what's the ratio between A1 to A2? 1 to 9. 1 to 9 ratio. So how many marks for that? So we gave marks before. First two parts. Now the third part, you are getting 4 marks. Finding the relationship. And the last part, 1 to 9 ratio, 2 marks. So 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 marks for that. Let's do last question in this paper. That's about volume again, volume of hemisphere. So we'll do separately. Following diagram shows a composite solid created by attaching hemisphere and a cone with radius 7. So the radius is 7. Find the volume of the hemisphere. So what's the volume? Volume is 4 over 3 pi 22 over 7 r cube. 7 into 7 into 7, and this is hemisphere. You have to divide by 2. Find the volume of sphere, divide by 2. So what's the value here? 7 get cancelled out. This 2 with this 11. 7 times 7, 49. Times 44 over 3. So we'll multiply 49 times 44 first. 4 times 9, 36. 4 times 4, 16 plus 3, 19. 4 times 9, here 36, 196. 2156. Divide by 3. So what's the value? 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 1, 3. For 26, that's 3 times 8, 24, and 2 remaining, 2/3. So this is in cubic centimeters. So that's the volume of the hemisphere. So how many marks for that? So you are getting 3 marks for that. If the volume of hemisphere is same as volume of the cone, find the perpendicular height of cone. So we know this is 7. Height we can take h. You take height as h. So what's the volume of cone? 1/3 pi 22 over 7. 1/3 pi r squared h. So that's equal to this one. So I'll take 2156 over 3. So you have to find out h. So 7 get cancelled out. So H becomes 2156 divided by 3 multiplied by 3 divided by 22 and 7. 3 get cancelled out. Can we divide by 7? 7 times 1, 7 times 3, 7 times 8, 56. Now divide by 22. So how many? So 22 times 1, 22. For 88, that's 4. So 14 centimeters is the perpendicular height of the cone. Now third part. What is the radius of the sphere can be created by melting above solid without any wastage. So what's the total volume? So volume of the hemisphere we found 2156 over 3. So this is same as the volume of the cone. So multiply by 2, that's the total volume. 2156 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 is the total volume. That's equal to the volume of the sphere. So volume of the sphere becomes 4 over 3 pi. That's 22 over 7 r cube. We need to find out the radius of that sphere. Now simplify, you get r cube is equal to, so multiply by 3, 3 times 2156, 7 is also there, and 2. Divide by 3 here, 4 goes there, and 22 here. Now simplify, 2 times 2. 3 get cancelled out. And we'll divide by 11. 11 times 2. 11 times 1, 11. And here you get 10. 105 means 9. 99. And 6, that's 6. 66, that's 6. Then what else we can? We can divide by 4. This 2 and this 2, 4. So 4 times 4, 16. And 36, that's 4 times 9. So 49 times 7. So here we can write 49 as 7 squared. And this 7 to the power 3. R cube is 7 to the power 3. So what is the radius? Radius becomes 7 centimeters. This is in centimeters. So how many marks? You are getting 3 marks for finding perpendicular height and 4 marks for finding the radius. So altogether we give 4 plus 3 is 7 and 3, 10 marks for that question. So we completed all 12 questions in paper 2. So my advice is you do the paper and then watch my video to check your answers.